Thanks for sticking with us on WXYZ.com. Our conversation with Dan Wetzel continues. And, you know, this is just such an intriguing topic, the BCS. And what you touched on during the show tonight was that Michigan State's really going to be the outside looking in, even if they go undefeated. And that, I know we're looking ahead. And I know to assume any team is going to go 12-0 when we're only halfway there is a little bit ridiculous. But that just speaks to why this is just such a disaster. Why does it stick around?
Well, you know, it's a little like, it's almost like some of the issues you have in Washington, D.C. There's common sense solutions to a lot of problems, but there are people profiting off the problem. And so they're going to do whatever they can to keep the status quo. And what you have with the BCS is it's the college football is the only sport, or really the only business we could find that outsources its most profitable product, the playoffs. Let's say you and I went to Roger Goodell and said, Roger, let's take the AFC Championship game, and rather than play it in Indianapolis, let's move it to the Alamo Dome. You pay all the expenses, and I get 60% of the money. What do you say? He would throw us out of his office. The NFL is going to keep all of their money and keep it in their stadium and keep the TV deals and all that stuff. College football, because of the way the bowl system has gone through the years, has been able to entrench itself in the playoffs. So you have these private businessmen that own the various bowl games, private companies. Some of them are not-for-profit, some are ESPN, but the Rose Bowl is not run by the NCAA. The Orange Bowl isn't run by the NCAA. Well, those people that are making a great deal of money off of the sport, pulling millions of dollars out, they don't want the bowl game. They don't want to give up their role in the championship.
You hear all the time, and it's romantic in theory that, all right, well, the Orange Bowl's the semifinal, and the Rose Bowl's the other semifinal, and then let's wrap it up with the Fiesta Bowl or whatever it might be. Why wouldn't that work?
Well, you could do that, but it wouldn't be the best solution. The best solution is to stage a playoff on your campuses, in your great stadiums. One of the best things about college football are the great game day environments. And you would make it easier for fans to attend. You'd fill your stadiums. You'd keep the money on campus, in the universities. You know, only 14 schools turned a profit last year on athletics in the whole country. So most schools are getting subsidized by student fees, taxpayer-supported general funds, and all that stuff. So to keep the games on campus would be great. And competitively, for Big Ten teams, it's a huge advantage. Let's play the games up in the north instead of having to go down south. Let's see Florida come slip slide around the Big House sometime rather than have to play them in Florida. It would change the game.
How about the argument, though, that the regular season at this point does have some clout because that first time Michigan and Ohio State play each other and they're undefeated, and somebody wins and somebody loses, Michigan in essence gets bounced. Now, if you do have a playoff, that loss isn't all that significant, and they have a chance to bounce back from it. So are you possibly, is the regular season minimized under the your reality?
I think, and a lot of people think, that the regular season will be better. It'll be different, no question. But you'll see your interest and your TV ratings and things like that go up because more games will matter, and they'll matter more. And the real key is keeping the playoff at a certain size. If you have just the conference champions and some at-large bids, the most you would have is 16% of the major schools in the country could possibly make a playoff, and probably you'd be down about 10%. So you might have two teams from a Big Ten, but you wouldn't have 3 or 4, you know, where it'd be easy. And by keeping it on campus, you would have extensive interest in you know, gaining a higher seed. You'd have an easier round in the playoffs and things like that. But mainly the way it would all mesh together with the bubble teams, and you'd start caring who's going to win the ACC. You might care who wins the Mountain West, all the different stuff. Almost every television executive, sports marketer says the ratings will go through the roof. You got to remember, as good as college football is and as popular it is, it's not nearly what it could be. A Sunday national NFL game will do 2.5 times the rating of a national college football game on Saturday. And the primetime regular season games in the NFL will do more than the BCS championship game. So the NFL is exponentially bigger than college football in a way that the NBA and college basketball aren't.
Very interesting. Well, I appreciate you taking some time to talk about this with us. It's a great topic, and I know a lot of our viewers really appreciate that, too. Death to the BCS. Don't forget, it comes out in the bookstores October 14th. That's this week. You, of course, can find it locally or just hop online, and I'm sure you can find it there as well. Dan Wetzel, thanks a lot, buddy. Good to have you here.
Good to see you.
Be good.